Thank you so much to Cricut for sponsoring today's video. I'm going to be sharing with you how I DIY'd this cute little welcome sign in 30 minutes or less later on in the video. But first up, we are going to be tackling my side kitchen stairs. They are a hot mess. My dad was a mason in a former life, so he came over and he helped my husband, or should I say my husband helped my dad grind out all of the bad mortar joints and pick out all of the caulking and things that were put in there from the previous owner. I mean, like we literally had plants living in our steps, and it was definitely time to clean them out and redo them so they'll be safe for everyone and they would look a heck of a lot better. Unfortunately, I didn't get a ton of video from this process because my grandmother was in town and we went to go visit my pop-up and we were doing a bunch of other family things while my dad and husband stayed back to do this kind of uninterrupted. So I got as much as I could. My husband did a good job of trying to film, but he was there to like help and work, so he didn't pick up the camera as much as I had hoped. But it is a tremendous before and after, and I'm so grateful for my dad's knowledge again to help us fix these horrible steps.
Tried sometimes, but you're making me nervous. Now I've realized that I can't live without you. All my friends reassure that it's obvious, and there may be a waste.
So before I actually show the finished, like brand new to me steps, they look beautiful. I'm going to be power washing all of this pollen and grossness off of the hand railings and really freshen up this little entryway space. I am using my O-Cedar mop with hot water and a little bit of powdered Tide in there just to kind of give a little bit of more scrubbing power. The power washer is great, but sometimes I feel like it's easier to loosen up the dirt and just really do a deep clean and then rinse off with the power washer. It just blows off any of the extra dirt, but the best way to do it is to use actual scrubbing on these areas. And as you can see from this shot, the steps look fantastic. They look safe. They look beautiful. They don't look like they're going to fall apart at any moment. So I'm so thankful for my dad for coming over and helping us out with the steps, because even though he helped us with the DIY brick fireplace, I don't think we could have done this by ourselves yet either. We still like having his guidance help us with some of these like more advanced DIYs.
I miss you. Take you off. I came here way too strong. Cannot keep it low key. Got me drugged. Your pheromones hit the roof. Auto your taste. It's really a bad reception out there. Where you heading? Why ain't gravity pulling you in closer to me? I've lost you.
Thank you to Cricut for sponsoring today's video. In this video, I am making this cute little welcome sign by using an old sign that I made last year with my Cricut and updating it in less than 30 minutes. I am using my Cricut Explorer 3 with the Smart Vinyl along with my Cricut tools as well. The Cricut Explorer 3 can create with 100 plus materials, from popular craft materials like cardstock, vinyl, and iron-on to specialty materials like foil and bonded fabric. I'm also using Design Space, which is a free software program that comes with a machine. You can select an image, font, or project, and Design Space sends it to the machine to cut. The Cricut Explorer 3 is 2 times faster than its predecessor. Also, no cutting mats required, so you can make single cuts up to 3 feet long, which is what I'm doing here. I'm doing the max cut with this machine, and it's so cool because I can do bigger projects a lot faster and a lot easier. So this was so fast for me. It took me no time to do my main design, which was this cute little welcome image that I found right on Design Space. All the images I found by just looking them up on Design Space and then just sending them to the Cricut, and it was so easy. I'm using the Cricut transfer paper and placing my sign where I need to on the board and having a little adjustments, but it was so easy, fun, and fast. So now that I have my main image, I wanted to take a cute little bumblebee and quickly use my Cricut Explorer 3 to cut that up. I'm using my Cricut tools and also my fingernails to weed out the little bumblebee. I'm going to add that on to the top. And then I'm also going to add 2 more images that I found on Cricut Design Space as well. I'm going to add a cute little grass graphic and then a cute little blue butterfly, just to kind of give the little the sign like a little bit of color and a little bit of fun. The Cricut Explorer 3 and Design Space made it so easy to do a little nap time DIY. I love quick crafts because I just don't have all the time in the world anymore to sit around and do projects like I used to. So it was really nice, and it really filled my creative cup to be able to do this quick project with a board that I already had ready to go. So thank you so much to Cricut for sponsoring today's video. I do have links in the description box below if you're interested in any of the Cricut items that you've seen today. So I'm throwing it way back to when we tried to clean this pond out and make it work for us. But in the end, it just didn't. It didn't work. It didn't work out for us. It just was a big, mosquito factory. And it was just costing us too much money to try and maintain it and just make it work. It kept leaking. The concrete was cracked in places. It just wasn't working for us. So the day finally came when we decided to fill it in. We ended up running a pipe from our sump pump from underneath the house and ran it through the pond to the ditch across from our driveway. So this is the footage of my husband and my oldest son filling it in. And now I am ready to make this whole area a beautiful like garden. I'm so excited because I was so tired of looking at this mismatch of just red rocks, and I don't know, it just was not very warm and inviting, and a lot of people have to walk past this to get to the pool and to visit us at the kitchen door. So I was just ready to make this a really pretty and inviting space.
We could break, I'm running dry. Everything's the same. We'll try tonight. This time we're not safe and sound. Not safe and sound. What if I'm no good for you? What if you're no good for me? Yeah. What if I'm no good for you? What if you're no good for me? Yeah. What if I'm no good for you? What if you're no good for me? Yeah. What if I'm no good for you? What if you're no good for me?
I've been trying to convince my husband to get rid of this big, large bush. Now, I know I don't want to get rid of just any plant. I do have reasons. It hangs over our sidewalk. You see this as soon as you walk up to our house. This is right by the kitchen door stairs, which is pretty much the main entrance to our house. He was hesitant to get rid of it right now because we want to make sure that the plants that we're getting ready to plant become more established. So we compromised and we're keeping it for now. But eventually I would like to get rid of this. It's just off center to everything. Like if this was in the center of everything and it was like a focal point, I guess, kind of bush, then I wouldn't want to get rid of it so bad. But in the big scheme of things, it makes everything off center and it just doesn't make sense and it's too big. So leave me a comment below if you are team keep the big bulky bush or team it's understandable to either relocate it or get rid of it altogether.
What you do? I'm not broken, I'm just split in two. Hope you're fine. Ain't got time to do everything you said you would. Frames of the past and the memory of you just come running by. Pictures of sunny days with your smile in the bar. How could they say I was broken? How could they say you made me come undone?
So we are back at it again. We have the cardboard and the weed fabric covering and smothering the grass and the weeds under there. We are planting a tree, a magnolia tree. We are planting similar plants to the plants that are already there. I can't remember, I can't remember the names now. I'm so sorry. I cannot remember the names, but they're like ornamental, grassy looking plants with purple little stems popping up. For some reason, I cannot for the life of me remember them. And then we have these low, dark leaved bushes that we added in there as well for just like some texture and some different, just some different flavor going on. And all of these are full sun plants and supposedly you can't kill them. So let's hope we're doing a good job by planting all of these in here.
How could they say I was broken? How could they say you made me come undone? Now I know that it's okay. Unlike my friends, you are nothing like them. How could they say I was broken? How could they say you made me come undone? Now I know that it's okay. Unlike my friends, you are nothing like them. Unlike my friends,
So all of these blocks that we're putting around this grass lining our driveway, those were all relocated from, if you really remember way back, we used to have a giant fountain that didn't work and was cracked and was gross and like didn't make sense. Like when I'm talking giant, I mean like public park giant fountain in front of our house. Our house was known as like the fountain house. I didn't know this before we bought it, but our house was known as like the house with the big giant weird fountain on it, in front of it. So we ended up getting rid of that because it just didn't make sense. We're not that bougie, okay? We're more private people. So we got rid of that, and these were encasing like the boundary of the fountain. So we kept all of these and we used them around our house. We're also going to be using some slate and rock border as well that we've relocated from different areas around the pond, and we're using them throughout our landscaping as well. So that was a huge money saver. I'm glad we kept all of them. We've moved them about 3 or 4 times now, and finally they're in their final resting space. But it's really nice to be able to reuse and upcycle and figure out different ways to use things in our landscaping.
So much better. I don't fit into your box. Beauty queens without no flaws. You can do better. I dare you to be wilder. I don't fit into your box. Beauty queens without no flaws. You can do better. I dare you to be wilder. I want to be silly, baby. Dance the night away. I'll kick my shoes off if I want. Let yourself be free, and maybe you will find that there is more to life than being pretty. Honey, let's just face it. You can do better. Let me show you what a good time looks like. You can do better. So much better. I don't fit into your box. Beauty queens without no flaws.
If you watched a couple weeks ago, I think, we redid a space in my sister's backyard. Like we redid part of her backyard. We could only do a little bit at a time, but we did part of her backyard, and she absolutely loves it. She shares the video with everyone. She loves hanging out there. It made her feel so good to hang out in her yard, which just really made me feel really good. And you guys left so many awesome, sweet comments. All in all, everyone appreciated it. But we used the tractor to move the mulch, and that was so handy. We did not have the tractor for this to move the mulch, so we were doing it all by hand. And let me tell you, my biceps and my arms and my triceps and my legs were definitely feeling the burn after doing all of this mulch by hand.
Queens without no flaws. You can do better. I dare you to be wilder. I don't fit into your box. Beauty queens without no flaws. You can do better. I dare you to be wilder. I don't fit into your box. Beauty queens without no flaws. You can do better. I dare you to be wilder. I don't fit into your box. Beauty queens without no flaws. You can do better. I dare you to be wilder. I got this boy on my mind that I can't live without. Oh, his eyes are killing me. And he keeps talking about everything that he likes, and I can't stop listening. I'm thinking about him all the time. I'm thinking about him all the time. I'm thinking about him all.
I cannot even tell you how it makes me smile so much to pull up into my driveway and see this like greet me when I come up. It just looks so much better than the pond did. I'm really excited for all the plants to mature and then also add on plants as the years go by. I would really like a really big, beautiful, lush, full landscape. That's my dream. Like, I mean, the ocean of mulch looks pretty as well, but honestly, like, my dream is in 5 to 10 years to have all of this just brimming with beautiful flowers and bushes and butterflies, and maybe even a small little petite bird bath or something in there. But right now I'm just sharing how gross these sidewalks started out, and we are using our Ryobi attachment to power wash the sidewalks, and let me tell you, these bad boys were super gross.
I can be a fighter if you want. cause I can get him out of my head. I don't care what we do, everything's feeling new. Even if we stay in bed, my heart is saying yeah, 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 yeah. You know I want him nah, 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 nah. My heart is saying yeah, 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 yeah. I told him I can be a fighter if you want. I'll be there to catch you if you fall. I can make it brighter when it starts, when it starts. I told him I would do it all for you, and I know you do it for me too. I can be a fighter if you want, if you want. Yeah, I can be a fighter. I can be a fighter if you want. I can be a fighter if you want. Yeah, I can be a fighter. I can be a fighter if you want. I can be a fighter if you want.
I'm still like in shock with how dirty these sidewalks were. Like, ugh, they were so gross and grody, but they finally got the cleaning that they deserved. Thank you so much for watching today's video. Hopefully you're motivated to tackle a space in your outside area. This space, even though it's like, oh, it's your side kitchen, this is what everyone sees when they come up to the house. No one goes to the front, they always come here. So it's nice for them to have something like really pretty to look at as they walk up either to the pool or to my side kitchen door. It's like a nice, warm, happy greeting, and it definitely makes me smile every time I walk out here now. Like, I'm just so, I don't know, I'm just like so excited to come out here. I do need to work on the side little bed that's beside the picket fence and the door. We haven't tackled that yet because we're gonna have to actually shovel all of those rocks out, so that's gonna be probably a fall. I'm gonna put that on the fall project because that's just gonna be a lot. But for now, I'm just gonna smile at what we did accomplish and just be so happy to walk up to this every single day. Thank you so much to Cricut for sponsoring today's video. Definitely click the links in the description box below if you're looking for anything Cricut, and I'll see you next time.
Breakfast, counting your freckles, close to the west coast. How about that? Why don't we just get a place together? Mornings in our own bed, so much better. Balconies and bathtubs, what you want? Why don't we just get